All right, part two. So I ended the last video talking about Unpolitical Correct Joe, and they've taken down his videos. They claim it's racist, which is absolutely insane. As I mentioned before, the most racist guy I've ever heard is Richard Pryor, and I think he's funny as hell. So even if you don't like what people like Richard Pryor have to say, which is a tremendously awesome comedian, or people like Unpolitical Correct Joe have to say, you need to be upset that YouTube has taken down their videos. Because people are flagging them because they have no life experience, or they got a different sense of humor. I don't know what to say. It's just absolutely insane. I know we got a lot of issues going on in this country, but we cannot lose our freedom of speech. There's another video I want to point us to, and I'm going to put a link in the sidebar to that one as well. It's of a black man, and he has an Islamic flag in the background, and I think the name of the video is, what was the name of it? Why I Am Upset with God. And in the video, he talks about how he doesn't believe in God, and he's got the Islamic flag. He just likes the Islamic flag, although he doesn't attest to any belief in God. And you might say to yourself, what could I possibly have in common with somebody who's flying the Islamic flag and, is an atheist, right? What could I possibly have in common? And, me coming from, being a white man, a southern hillbilly, whatever you want to call me, and him being a black man, I have no idea where he's from, and I haven't watched all his videos, and he may detest me. He may think I am the most vile, putrid son of a gun he's ever seen. I don't know what his feelings are towards me. But when I watched his video, right, independent of the fact that we have different religious views, because I believe in God and he does not, independent of the fact that he has... he likes Islam, right? I have no love in my heart for Islam whatsoever. I don't wish anything bad upon Islamic folks, but I am not a follower of the Islam religion. So you would think to yourself, what do I have in common? The common bond that I have with this man when he speaks, and it sounds like his target audience is his black brothers and sisters, but he talks about, aren't you sick of serving? Aren't you sick of serving the elite of the world? And so when he says that, immediately I have a common bond with him. Even if he doesn't like me, I can't say what he will think of me. Maybe he won't like me, maybe he will, I don't know. But when I watch him and I listen to the speech that he gave in this simple little video, which I admire real people saying what's on their mind. I admire real people voicing, their concerns. And he may have a concern that, slavery has done his people wrong, and he wants to rise up, and he don't want to be a freaking slave anymore, and he's a little bit upset about God, and he's a little bit upset about, the elite of the world always trying to control man. When he starts talking like that, man, I can line up with him. I'd put me on the battlefield with that guy, and me and him will lock arms, and I'll fight tyranny with that man. That's the common bond that I have, and I don't want to align myself with these bastards who've used our phony money system to ruin society. So, you can choose to watch his video or not, but I did align myself with a common bond when he starts speaking out against, why are you people always wanting to serve? And why are you always wanting to bow down to people in suits? And what is it about always wanting to bow down to people of social position or people of wealth? Most of these people got their wealth by erroneous means anyway. They didn't do anything to earn it, honestly. So, this is just a video I saw. I think he's great. I think the guy's absolutely freaking great. Independent of our different views on religion and our different views, because I'm not going to be flying an Islamic flag behind me anytime soon, and I certainly believe in God. But just the fact that he doesn't like tyranny, man, it's like that's what I like about that guy. Okay, moving on. Let me ask you, what do you think mankind's highest attribute is? Think about it for a second, right? Think of all the attributes of mankind. What do you think mankind's highest attribute is? Okay, if you get a chance, I would like for you to put down in the comment section what you thought. Here are the possible answers, right, that I think people will come up with in today's society. One of them will be unselfishness. One of them will be wealth and power, which are the total assholes that would say that. Another one will be wisdom and intelligence, which I think is a total joke as well. And the last one, which I believe is mankind's highest attribute, is love. Okay? There's a huge difference between love and unselfishness. Unselfishness is like the negative way of saying it. It's like almost like from a monk perspective. I'm going to deny myself. Even if nobody else benefits in the world, I'm going to deny myself for the pure sake of denying myself. Right? Love means I have a target. I love my God. I love my Creator. I love my country. I love my family. I love myself. I love, my fellow countrymen. Right? I love my fellow patriots. Love has a target. So I am an advocate for love being the highest attribute. Now, I'm just saying my thoughts, and I'm saying it plain spokenly the way I view it. But a lot of atheist and materialistic people of the world will say wisdom or intelligence or wealth or power. First of all, wealth and power and wisdom and intelligence without love is a base existence. It's a base, meaningless existence. If you have wealth and power, if you have intelligence and wisdom, but you don't have any love in your heart, there's no purpose whatsoever for you being on this planet. You got nothing. You got nothing. It's all about love, people. Love is our highest attribute. And so it doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't even matter how smart you are. All you intellectual snobs out there, and there are so many young intellectual snobs that think it's all about intelligence and wisdom. And you look to these people of fancy colleges, and you look to these professors with their long white beards and their fancy titles, and they get up in front of, they make eloquent speeches about the brain and how there is no soul. And, there's nothing wrong with being intellectual and pursuing wisdom. There is nothing wrong with that. But science is not a prize for the atheist to claim over those that believe in God. Science is a wonderful thing. Science is a trusty sword of truth for man. It is a tool to be used by man to find truth. And you would be amazed at the scientific evidence that points toward a divine creator. But science is not a prize to be claimed by the Richard Dawkins of the world and the Thunderfoots of the world and, that amazing atheist asshole that gets up and spews all his crap. I think he should have the freedom of speech to say whatever's on his mind, but at the same time, I have the same freedom of speech to say he is the biggest joker of humanity I've ever seen. So the bottom line is that, let's pursue truth. And truth can come in the most unexpectedness of places. It doesn't have to come from MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. It doesn't have to come from these fancy college professors. Truth can come from the most unexpectedness of places. And even if somebody is vile and disgusting to you, even if they are a criminal, that doesn't stop them from speaking truth. And you need to educate yourself enough to a point where you can discern truth. Right? So you can discern it for yourself, and you can understand what truth is without having to rely upon someone else to spoon feed you the opinions that you should have and what your reaction should be to something. You need to understand what truth is so you can formulate your own opinions and formulate what reaction you should have to the situation. I want to talk about the next thing, and again, I'm just rambling today. It's Saturday, and I'm just going to get in front of the camera and ramble. I want to talk about undeserved credit and unearned guilt. Okay, undeserved credit is like if I'm rooting for a football team and they win the game, and I happen to be wearing the same jersey, I don't get any credit because these people went out and won the game just because I'm wearing the same jersey. The same happens for our race. Okay. Whatever white people did as far as promoting liberty, even the forefathers of this country, I might share the same jersey as they do, but I don't get any credit for what our forefathers did just because I happen to be white. So when people say things like, my forefathers have been here X number of years, that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of your heritage, but I don't get any credit for that. I don't get credit for what my dad did or my dad's dad did. I only get credit for what I incorporate into my own life. You see what I mean? Looks like I'm running out of time. Let me make a third point.